Can humans really reach the moon? Today, that question sounds simple, but there was a time when reaching the moon seemed impossible. In 1961, the world was watching a fierce space race between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. Amid this competition, the President of the United States made a bold promise. Before this decade is over, we will send a man to the moon and bring him back safely. At the time, many people thought it was just a dream. Yet only 8 years later, history was about to be made. July 16, 1969, a giant rocket called Saturn V stood on the launch pad. Inside were 3 astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Millions of people watched as the massive rocket thundered into the sky. Slowly, it disappeared into the clouds and began its journey toward a destination nearly 240,000 miles away, the moon. After 4 days in space, the spacecraft entered lunar orbit. Now came the most dangerous part of the mission. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin climbed into a small lunar module called Eagle and began descending toward the moon's surface. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. Then, suddenly, warning alarms started flashing. The onboard computer was overloaded. Even worse, Eagle was heading toward a rocky area that could destroy the spacecraft upon landing. If they landed there, the mission could end in disaster. At that critical moment, Neil Armstrong took manual control. The fuel supply was dropping fast. 30 seconds left. Then 20. Mission controllers held their breath. The entire world waited. And then, on July 20, 1969, Eagle touched down safely on the moon. A calm voice came over the radio. "Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." The mission had succeeded. But the most unforgettable moment was still ahead. A few hours later, Neil Armstrong slowly climbed down the ladder. Beneath him was a world where no human had ever walked before. Then came the moment that changed history forever. Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface and said, "That's one small step for a man. One giant leap for mankind." At that exact moment, millions of people around the world were watching. Soon after, Buzz Aldrin joined him on the surface. The 2 astronauts collected rock samples, took photographs, and set up scientific experiments. Meanwhile, Michael Collins remained alone in lunar orbit, circling the moon. If anything went wrong, his crewmates might never return. Fortunately, everything worked exactly as planned. After spending about 21 hours on the lunar surface, Eagle lifted off and rejoined Collins in orbit. The journey home could finally begin. On July 24, 1969, all 3 astronauts returned safely to Earth. The mission